Making your first $1,000 online is one of the best feelings in the freaking world. I mean, you will feel on top of the world. It's like 10 Christmases all put together when you see that Stripe notification. And I remember the first time I made 1K online like it was yesterday. See, at the time, I had just quit my part-time job. I lived in this small, moldy house in the woods outside of Atlanta in a low-income area. And I remember I was driving back home from meeting this guy to get coffee, trying to make connections, trying to figure out some way to make money. And I look down at my phone and I get a notification. And this guy had sent me a text. This guy had kind of like low-key pitched earlier. And he says, would you be willing to do this amount of work for $2,500 a month? And I remember almost breaking down in tears. I walked in the door. I told my wife, I was like, I showed her the text. And next thing you know, a few weeks later, I get that $2,500 Stripe notification. And it felt insane. I couldn't believe that I had actually made a lot of money online using my online skills. But it had been years in the making. It taken me like 3 years to do this. And what I discovered is there's really 6 steps, 6 questions, this framework that you can ask yourself to help speed this up. And I'm so blessed to be able to help a lot of guys in my coaching program have made their first $1,000, some of them first 10, some of them getting close to their first 100. And I figured out the things that really matter when it comes to making some money online. So hopefully I'm going to share with you these 6 steps and just pray that they help you do it a lot faster and a lot less painful than what I went through. And the first step is you need to ask yourself, what problems could you enjoy solving every day? Because as you probably know, making money is all about solving problems. And the problem is most people think they want to make money. And so they do something miserable to go do it. And that's why people hate the 9 to 5. It's not because they work 9 to 5. I work freaking 5 to 5, but I love it. And that's the difference. And so what do you love? What problems do you enjoy solving? So for instance, this video is a problem. I had to learn how to figure out the camera. I had to learn how to do color correction. I had to learn how to speak, audio setup, lighting, what topics to talk about. These are all problems that I solve on a daily basis on this daily channel. But I love solving them. I love getting better at speaking. I love sharing what I'm learning with you guys. I love figuring out all this camera and lighting stuff and audio. I like solving those problems. So this is a good option for me. But back then, the first answer that I had was thumbnails. I loved creating thumbnails. I loved figuring out the video idea, encapsulating it in like a nice way that people wanted to click on. That was a problem that I thought I could solve daily, and I enjoyed solving. And so that was the first step. What problems can you solve every day and have fun? And the second question, which kind of goes along with the first one, is what outcome can you provide that people want? And so once I started to understand that I love thumbnails, I love graphic design, I like YouTube, I like figuring out how to get people to click on stuff, then I thought, well, what outcome do people want? And people want more views. People love getting more views on old videos without doing any work, just by changing the thumbnail. So I was like, you know what? This is something of value that if done right, I could get paid for because it would make them a lot of money and I would enjoy solving it. And that's when a beautiful thing happens, an explosion of like, yes, this is dope, is when you figure out something you love to do, problems you love to solve, and something that people need, people want. And that was thumbnail design for me when I first started. When it all finally started to click and I actually made money after 3 years, I love designing thumbnails and kind of advertising, and people needed it. It was becoming popular. Moving on to number 3, which is, and a lot of people forget this, what skills do you need to make that outcome inevitable? It's when I decided I wanted to offer thumbnail design to grow someone's YouTube, to get more views. I had to figure out, what do I need? And so I sat down and thought about it. I was like, well, I need copywriting. I need to know persuasion and advertising. If I don't know that, almost nothing will work online. And I'm going to teach you guys all that for free, by the way, in the future. I'm working on a huge video, but I'll teach you that for free. The second thing is I got to learn graphic design. And inside of graphic design, there's all these little small micro skills. I have to learn about hierarchy. I have to learn about color, contrast, the color correction, the color wheel, like what types of colors do you use on certain things? What gets people's attention? Psychology. I had to learn Photoshop. Like, how do I actually carry out those principles onto a graphic? And there's a lot more skills, but you got to think, what skills do you have to learn to make that outcome inevitable? Meaning, how do you get that outcome every time without luck? And learn those skills. So that's exactly what I did. I made a little skills log and I started learning all those different micro skills involved in making a good thumbnail. Number 4. So once you figure out the problem you would enjoy solving, you've tied that to an outcome that people actually want, you started learning the skills that will get that outcome. Then 4, how do you practice daily while showcasing your progress? That is the key to outreach. See, most people go and learn this skill and they do all this, and then they start trying to get clients. But why not do both at the same time? So by the time you're good, you already have clients waiting on you. And you do that by carrying out your portfolio in public on social media. That's this channel right now. I'm getting better at speaking and ideating live for you guys while helping you guys out. So eventually I can show this channel to somebody and they'll be like, wow, this dude uploaded every day for 3 years and he's really good at speaking now. Let's hire him as a speaker. Let's hire him as our coach. So how can you practice daily while showcasing? A good example is my editor, Caleb. I'm helping him kind of scale and get more clients and make some more money. And we're working on putting his portfolio on Instagram because that's where people are at. People love scrolling through reels and all this stuff. So why not turn his portfolio, instead of it being an archaic website where no one wants to click on, it's just an Instagram account where someone can see his progression. They see the story. Or another live example right now is my brother just started doing wedding photography. But he's done photography forever. And he showed me his Instagram and he had deleted all of his old photos and all of his old stuff. And I was like, bro, what are you doing? People love a story. People love to see that you've been dedicated to this craft for like 5 years, 10 years. So show those old photos. Obviously, you want to update them so like they see the new stuff first, but let them see the story of how you've progressed from photographing shoes to pets to cars to now weddings and graduations. Show that. So number 4, how can you practice daily while showcasing your progress? That's the secret. Number 5, how can you then get that progress, that portfolio, in front of people who need your skills, who want the outcome you provide? This is where like outreach and stuff comes into play. So by the time that you've grown your skills, you should have people honestly just reaching out to you if you're good enough. That's the secret to outreach, by the way. If you want to know how to be great at outreach, how to get clients, is be the best. People always want to work with the best, and they'll find the best to work with you. I have people message me literally weekly now to hire copywriters from Copy Elite. Half our guys don't even have to do not half, but like a lot of our guys don't have to do outreach. They're so good that they just get clients through the competitions or through the network at Copy Elite. And that's the ideal. You shouldn't have to do outreach. You will have to when you're first starting because you know no one. But make it where your skills are so good, people reach out to you. That's the secret. That's what you should be focusing on. And then finally, number 6, you're going to have a love-hate relationship with this, but I want to share with you guys the truth on this channel, how to really make your first 1K as fast as possible, and this is how you do it. Number 6, do the thing for free until someone offers to pay. That's the secret. You see, if you're good enough, people will want to pay you because they don't want to lose you. And so when I first hit my $10,000 a month with copywriting, my secret is I worked for free. I just worked my fingers off for free until someone was willing to pay me. And what happened is I started to have so many free clients that I told them, hey, I can't do this for free anymore because I got other people who need work. And guess what they did? They said, well, can I pay you $3,000? Can I pay you $1,000 a month? And I was like, sure. And next thing you know, $10K a month happened. And obviously I got very blessed and a lot of great opportunities, but it only happened because I had done this list. I'd figured out what problems that I wanted to solve. I figured out an outcome people wanted based around those problems. I figured out what skills I needed to actually achieve that outcome every time. I figured out how to practice daily while showcasing my progress on social media somewhere. Then number 5, I figured out how I can show that progress to people by sending outreach or just getting my name out there, showing them my portfolio for free. And then I offer to do stuff for free until people paid. And so is it the sexiest answer? No. Did most people click on this video a long time ago to go watch something else where they promised them 1K immediately with no work? Probably so. But if you're still here, man, pat yourself on the back. Thank you for being here. Hopefully this is helping you. But I want you guys to know this is the fastest way, in my opinion, to make $1,000 online. Is just to follow that journey. And you'll find that it's actually really fun. When you focus on skills that you're passionate about, when you use gifts that God has given you, you develop those gifts, man, things get fun. When you do stuff for free, people are so appreciative and they want to pay. You don't have to beg people for money. They just want to pay you. Like, this is the cool, better path, in my opinion. So hopefully this helps you guys out. Maybe some of you have some of these steps already down, but you should be implementing the other ones. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Hope this helps you make some money. I'll see you guys tomorrow.